right, that was badass. That's the first time we're seeing the intro. All right, Cenk Uygur, John Iadarola, and Anna Kasparian in the legendary Unlock the Vault special. Just kidding, it's not legendary at all. It's the first time we're doing it. We'll see how it turns out. We are trying to get to our goal of 2 million to keep Young Turks sustainable, healthy, get the progressive message out there. And most importantly, by the way, guys, effectuate change. We might have 2 awesome progressives coming for you guys soon that could go into this Congress. So, and where's the platform where they got started? Almost all of them right here because of you guys. So one of them was on earlier today in the conversation, Gary Chambers, going to run for a Cedric Richmond seat. He's been on Damage Report, he's been on the Young Turks, he's been on the conversation, etc. And if he would, and he's got a real shot at winning that seat. That would be amazing. You guys are the change that I think this country needs, and so that's why we do tyt.com/go. So today, in order to try to get to our goal, we're going to try to raise $25,000 on this special. That's really hard, but we're going to give it a shot. Now, but we don't want to just say, hey, just it's important, so give it to us. We want to have fun too, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to show you videos if we can get to certain goals. So give us $25,000 and we'll show you the first video. No, I'm kidding. Okay, no, we'll put up arbitrary numbers for the videos. So the first one will be about John. So it's John's worst fear. So I haven't seen the John videos and I want to see them. So please make them happen.
I don't know what it is.
Okay, good. So we need to raise $250 to see the video. That's why Unlock the Vault of the old videos, right? And some of these are pretty embarrassing for all of us. So John's worst fear, if we get to $250, we watch that video. Then after that, we've got a bunch of videos. So I hope we can get through these quickly in this half hour that I have with Anna and John, because we really want to get to the race between me and Anna. If you haven't seen that one, you're among the few because we've shown it a bunch of times now. So, there's the salt dragon. There's the salt. Okay.
No, it's cool that I'm, spending the little free time I have doing this special where you will humiliate me. I'm looking forward to that.
Well, you don't know what happens. You don't know what happens. Don't give it away. Yeah. Okay. So
we've got a special director's cut with an alternate ending.
All right. So anyways,
it's okay. I kick your ass on a daily basis, so I'll let you have this one, Cenk.
Okay. All right. And by the way, we later in the program, we got 2 hours. I'm going to show videos where I lose too. Okay. And by the way, I didn't pick the videos. Asher's producing the show today. Asher, can we see the thermometer for the first time? Because this is the thermometer for this particular show. I assume we're starting at 0. I don't know if we've gotten $5 yet, but 0. Yes, that's right. It is in fact 0. So we are going to track it and see. By the way, if we get through like 2 videos, the whole show, that'll be wonderfully embarrassing. So you can look forward to that. Okay. So, but we got to get through this one to get through all of them. John, do you remember what your worst fear was?
I mean, if I remember correctly, I was warned that it's not the thing I would suggest is my worst fear. So no, I don't know actually. I'm not sure. Is it like just a room full of people like talking to me? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that does sound pretty bad.
A room full of people talking to you.
I just like one after the other, or no, but it's that same room of people, but they're all calling me one after the other. It's phone calls.
Really? My God, John, you would hate my life. Okay.
Oh my God.
Some of it seems okay.
Would, Cenk.
Really?
No, which part, John? Like the part where he signed on to approximately 58 different full-time careers? Is that the part that's fun?
Oh God, and a lot of them involve meeting with people, whether in person or over the phone.
All day, like all day meetings. Like who? That's not fun, Cenk.
So John, you host a show on Wednesday, partly because, and by the way, donate at tyt.com/go so we can at least see John's worst fear. And it's not just that, obviously, guys. You're helping the show. And you're helping to effectuate change. And God, it might be as early as tomorrow that I have amazing news for you guys. Okay, so and you make all that possible. But anyway, John, part of the reason you host on Wednesdays is because I have to do business on Wednesdays, and so so what does business mean for me? It says, we say I run the company, but people don't have a sense of what that means, right? Plus, they probably don't care. But what it means is a series of endless meetings, and so meetings about everything you could imagine: finance, accounting, marketing, personnel. They're just one after another, after another, after another. That one's an hour. That one's an hour and a half. That one's half an hour. Oh, that one ran 7 minutes late. Now you're really rude to the next set of folks that are in that meeting, and you got to catch up.
Well, Cenk,
yes,
I think that does sound terrible, and I don't know for sure because I've never been invited to any of these meetings, and I'd like to keep it that way. But it's not, for me, the fear isn't a series of an hour meeting, an hour and a half meeting, a 30-minute meeting. That might be tolerable. It's an hour meeting that should have been 20 minutes, an hour and a half meeting that should have been 30 minutes, and a 20-minute meeting that could have been a 1-minute email. That's what really gets me.
Yeah, and also though, you got to remember, no meeting is actually efficient. And so it's too much to ask for meetings to be efficient. Like, we make them as efficient as possible. But Anna, in order to have more efficiency, you'd have to have a lot more rudeness.
No.
Right?
No, I need to bookmark what you just said, because truer words have never been uttered by you or anyone else. Like that is what you just said, oozes truth and justice. No meeting is ever efficient.
Well, I like to ooze truth and justice. I think that's my calling card. Anyway, that's uncomfortable. Let's look at the thermometer, see if we got to 250, and then I'll come back to this topic in a second. Hey, 250! How did that happen? That's awesome.
Right on the nail.
Okay, so while we're showing this John video, we got another John video right after it, and so that's early John videos on TYT. Oh, those are so dorky and wonderful. So that's another $250 to get to that video. But first, let's see John's worst fear.
So we put on this movie, and the movie is based on a true story. Yeah. That's one of the things that makes it scarier. It's set in the back country. It's a Canadian movie. And it's about two hikers, a couple, that go off into the woods and get lost. And they discover that they're being stalked by a bear, that there are bears in the area. And that doesn't seem like a great horror movie. Bears are so much scarier than demons or dinosaurs or whatever because they're real. And it's based on a true story. And so there are some scenes of bear attacks that I wish that I had not seen because I can't unsee them now. Bears don't give a.
One of the main goals of civilization is to get to a point where you're not easily reached by predators, and then we offer ourselves up to them again. Man is so foolhardy.
That's terrifying. I can't see anything.
A polar bear coming out of the water there can cover this distance in like 2.5 seconds.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So during the night, we'll be doing polar bear watches. So I'll stay up to a certain point, and then you guys have to do the rest of them through the night. And the easiest way to do it is 2-hour shifts. The polar bears here can come from every direction. You can walk along the coast up to the camp here. It can come swimming from the ocean in all directions. And it can come down from the mountainside here if it's crossing from another area.
You can't really see anything. It's too dark. Even with a flashlight, you can't really see much. So you start listening and trying to figure out what a polar bear would sound like if it was approaching on land or through the water. It sounds like that. It sounds like that wave and every other wave. When you're pretty much alone in the dark, everything looks like the thing you're looking for and everything sounds like it. So the thing that I keep thinking about is around that bend over there where the tracks came from, how long would it take a polar bear walking at its normal speed to go from not visible to in our camp? You can't see it without the flashlight, but you can't have the flashlight on all the time. And so you do it every couple of minutes. But what if you turned off the flashlight just as it rounded the bend? You don't want to be the one that's responsible for a polar bear walking right into the camp.
How cute! How cute was that little animal?
No. This is instantly my favorite special of all time. Okay, I love that so much. We got it now. I think every video is going to be awesome. $250 for early John videos. tyt.com/go. Okay, now this one. My favorite moment was when the Norwegian dude or whatever was like, polar bears can come in any direction, and John's like. You see his head immediately swivel in all directions. So that's from True North, which members have access to. So hit the join button below. That's the premium level. Okay, you guys are gonna love True North and their goody little thing. What was that? Was that a wolf? What was that?
It was an Arctic fox.
Oh my God!
We saw a few.
Stop it!
Yeah, it was very cute.
So cute though. Do they do anything like predatory to humans? Like, did they mess with you guys at all?
No, that one, like, sort of, that bit that you just saw of me in the dark watching for polar bears was 2 hours long. We condensed it down, but it was 2 hours in the darkness. So he like slowly came closer. At first, I only saw the flashlight reflecting off of his eyes like 100 yards away, and I swore to God it was a polar bear. Like, it sounds ridiculous because it's really small. But it was more pitch black than you're imagining. You literally could not see anything unless the flashlight was on it. And I thought that was the bear. But he slowly came forward and then he sort of skulked about. He was looking for food. They're kind of like scavengers a little bit, but they're cute. They're cute.
Okay, no.
They're John, our friends.
They are.
John, okay, that Arctic fox, the fact that you thought it was a polar bear just made my life.
You would have thought the same, sir.
Look at it. How is that a polar bear? How is that a polar bear?
No, but it's dark, Jank. No, I co-sign to everything you're saying, John. Because because it's dark and you just see a set of eyes reflecting.
Yeah, you see glinting off of feral eyes off in the distance along the water. That's all you see.
Hold on, let me ask the hard-hitting questions that the audience really wants to know. Did you ever cuddle with one of these Arctic foxes?
No, I didn't. This one wouldn't come that close, but I did feed a different Arctic fox at one of the ghost towns we went to. I fed him like little bits of meat kind of out of my hand. Like he came up close enough to eat the meat. He was a cute one. He was like a bluish black. It was very beautiful.
Hey,
I kind of want to live there. Like there's no one else there, just cute Arctic foxes. You don't have to really like run into anyone.
Yeah,
few bears.
John, if I had known that video was that good, I'd have said $10,000 to see that video.
It was like, I know it's all in fun, and now that was like 2.5 years ago, so I don't care anymore. But that was the scariest experience of my entire life by far.
So wait. One quick thing I gotta add. I don't know why you were so afraid of bears because you certainly looked like one, with that beard and everything. Like you just camouflaged into the environment. It was totally fine.
I thought I was the one that looked like a bear. Oh, that's a different kind of bear, right?
Look at that beard! Look at that beard!
My hair was getting pretty long then too at that point, but it was freezing. We were right next to a glacier.
Yeah, I want to ask you more about that. This already opened up 1,000 conversations, but let me get a check on the thermometer. Okay, great.
That probably unlocked some of the Anna stuff.
Okay, yes. I'm gonna during this video, I'm going to decide if it's cumulative or not. Anyway, I'll come back to you on that. But the Anna video, we want to do $1,000 for, okay? Because I love it so much. Oh, Anna's laughing at John with the Arctic fox. Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not laughing.
I know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Anyways, let's laugh at John more. Early John videos. Let's watch.
Another set of studies had some controversial conclusions. First, there was one in 1986 that suggested that a chemical component of semen could actually be used in treating depression. Now, to be fair, the authors make clear that that was just preliminary work, it's correlational and all that. But actually, the biggest problem so far is figuring out a way to market it. In a related vein, a 2003 study found that women who rarely use condoms were less depressed and less likely to attempt suicide than women who often do. Controversy. On the other hand, for women who don't use protection, depression tends to increase from the time that they last had sex, which wasn't true for women who did use condoms. The last study that I want to mention is actually an ongoing project of a colleague of mine at the University of Texas at Austin. He's running a number of experiments on students to see what the effect of being disgusted is on our political views. Now you might think politics certainly makes me mad or maybe depressed, but disgusted? Have you seen Michelle Bachmann on the campaign trail? Ugh.
Oh, guys, I can't get enough of this special. Okay.
According to these studies conducted purely by men,
like I don't know about that.
100% productive. But women are way happier, like when they don't use condoms. Like those studies, I would love to go back, really do like an analysis on the methodology behind those studies. It's just,
Yeah.
Anyway.
So. Look, I've got a lot to say about that too, but here's what I decided. Okay, we are going to make it cumulative, and the Anna video will be $1,000. But let's do a bunch of let's do another $251 and a $500 one. So another $251 will be Anna on MSNBC. So her early days, in a sense, that was believe it or not, that was like 10 years ago. And I wonder if you were nervous about that. I don't know. And then plead the fifth game. So that's when we plead the fifth on something we don't want to answer. So that's super awkward. And then the $1,000 Anna one. So I'll do the math on all that in a second. But John, in that last video, there's two favorite parts of mine. One is colleagues of mine at the University of Texas, Austin.
I mean, he was a colleague of mine.
Okay, anyways, but my favorite part of that video was controversy.
Okay, here's the thing. Was that the cringiest thing ever? Yes, but it was not my fault. Literally every single thing in there was the fault of one Anna Kasparian. Because she wanted fun, controversial college videos. So I was trying to be whatever that was.
No, well, okay. Well, to be fair to me, there was, the higher ups had a talking. We had a talk basically, and they were concerned that my focus on TYT University was a little too dense and serious, and they wanted a little more fun. And so I figured I can keep ranting about for-profit colleges if I just mix in submission videos from people who are currently in college, and maybe film a frat party or whatever it is. And so I really relied on you, John, to bring in the fun. And to be fair, that video was certainly fun. There's no question.
But just not for any of the reasons it was intended to be.
Yeah. So guys, keep it going at tyt.com/go, because this is one of the most fun things I've ever done. I want to go back to that Fox in a second, but I want to give you guys shout outs because you're the best and you make this possible. So Jalissa A in Hobie Sound, Florida, $15. Chris M it says Satan Frisco. Who wrote that? Bill O'Reilly? I imagine it's San Francisco. $127 and you get the Press On t-shirt. Zachary Z in LA. Hey Zachary, how you doing? We might run into you one day. $15. Carl P in Belmore, New York, $27. Jeff C in Tacoma, Washington, $15. Charles P in Chickamauga. There's no way I said that right. New York, $15. Asla E in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, nice Turkish name, $50. Look at Ryan E in Jacksonville, $500. You're the best. Thank you so much. And Richard T in Alexandria, $250. You're both getting the Press On t-shirt. And remember, by the way, guys, this is our 15th birthday this week. We're the oldest show in internet history. And so I noticed a lot of you guys giving $15, $150, $1,500. We love you for it. And $10 from Jennifer in St. Cloud, Florida. So thank you, Jennifer, too. Okay, so let me check the thermometer real quick, then I'll come back to Fox size and we'll probably go to the next video given how things are going. Okay, so I got you. So we were at 1400 on the thermometer. So that's, I think, good enough for the next video. Just we're gonna run out of time. So let's just go to it. Let's go to Anna on MSNBC. Okay, nice. So let's pull that up. And Anna, I want to ask you after the video if you were a little nervous back then, okay? And guys, if I decide if we get to $2,500, we'll shoot for this. We only have about 10 minutes left, but I want to show you all the videos, including the Anna race. So please, please, please help us get there. tyt.com/go. These are so much fun. All right, Anna on MSNBC. Let's watch.
Now, time to have some fun to end the show tonight. I'd like to introduce the country to the lovely Anna Kasparian. She's my co-host on the Young Turks. We do many fun and thought-provoking stories together every single day. Anna, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, Jake?
All right, awesome. Let's do it. What do you got for us first?
All right, well, is global warming beneficial to the welfare and business climate of Montana? That's what one Montana representative says. Joe Reed is arguing in a new bill aimed at declaring global warming a natural occurrence that is not caused by human activity. The bill would essentially outlaw science, something that the first-time legislator admits is a little radical. But his rationale is that global science is an ideal, not an actual science.
All right, I don't. First of all, so he says global warming is real, right?
Yes, he does say it's real.
And that it rocks.
He does make an argument that global warming could be beneficial to Montana. So I'm going to read you his quote. He says, "Our weather is not going to change drastically, but even if it does get warmer, we're going to have longer growing seasons. It could be very beneficial to the state of Montana. Why are we going to stop this progress?"
Global warming is progress, and science has been banned. We're making progress.
All right, that was fun. Anna, you said in the middle of the video, so innocent.
So innocent. So
I don't know what was more innocent, you in that video or the Arctic fox?
Definitely me in that video. That Arctic fox, I feel like it's a little sly, might get a little frisky behind the scenes. But anyway, no, I watched that video and I honestly I really miss who I used to be, if that makes any sense, because that was, I believe, in 2010. And I was not jaded at that point. I was still naive in a lot of ways. You can hear it in my voice, right? My voice is different.
You're doing kind
look at
of
how
a voice.
Innocent I am. Oh my God, I think I'm gonna change the world. Look at me. Oh, and I will say, I chose the right plastic surgeon. I totally did for my nose job. The reason why I'm saying that is because, no, I don't look that different from, my face doesn't look that different. And I'm glad. There was a minor adjustment that made me really happy. And it didn't change my face overall. So I'm happy with that. I look at that old video and I'm like, big ups, Dr. Chu. You did a good job.
All right, I want to ask you one more thing about that, but we might have more new videos. Can I see the thermometer?
All right, I did tell the Twitch chat that if we got to 15K, we'll use part of it to bring in a polar bear to finish off what the fox started.
tyt.com/show. Okay, so look, we are unlocking all the videos for this half hour. Amazing, but keep it going, guys, because I'll keep it going into the next half hour where I'm going to show you JR and I arm wrestling. If you haven't seen that one, you're going to love that video. And we got a lot of embarrassing videos of me, JR, and Jesus back in the day. So tyt.com/go. Okay, so Anna, real quick before we go to the other ones. So were you nervous before that first MSNBC hit?
Yeah, 100%. I'm just overall just a different person. If MSNBC asked me to come in and do a segment on any, you guys have seen my CNN segments where I'm talking about Bernie Sanders and the Democratic primary. I used to think this is it. This is making it. Being on MSNBC or CNN or one of these big cable news networks, it's a big deal. I can't tell you guys how little of a deal it really is. It's not a big deal. There's nothing to be nervous about. Our audience is much larger. The audience that I speak to on a daily basis is much larger than the audience that I was speaking to in that cheesy MSNBC segment. And I'm gonna say this one other thing. MSNBC would only bring me in for the tail end of your show to talk about nonsense. And I know that they had me do it because they thought I was cute. But it wasn't about substance. It wasn't about political analysis, obviously. And I'm really proud of like how much I've grown since then, in terms of, just really understanding my own political identity, but also feeling a lot more confident in myself and not being intimidated by like glorified cable news shows. I'm certainly not intimidated by that. However, the thing I miss about myself is the optimism that I had in 2010. That's what I mean when I say I was so innocent. Like I was just a very wide-eyed, optimistic person.
No, I'm telling you, man, I'm super optimistic, and I've gone through a lot more. So I'm telling you guys, part of the reason why I think we do the tyt.com/go and why we even exist is because I'm writing it in the book I'm writing now. Oh, we're gonna win. Okay, and you should have tremendous hope. So I'll talk more about that as we go. But anyways, we got to go to the next video. So let's go to plead the fifth game. Okay, so I don't even remember this. So do we not have that one? Okay, it was in the rundown. Oh, well, that's okay. We're running out of time anyway, and we promised you guys the Cenk and Anna race. And you guys delivered, so let's give it to you.
Anna Kasparian has been talking a lot of smack lately. Smackety smack, 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 smackety smack. About how she's gonna beat me in a race. I mean, here we are, right back at it, It's like Jill Pike redo all over again, right? All right, Anna, go ahead, step up to the mic for a second. Go ahead. We'll do it more when you come on here, but just let's start the ball rolling. Now, you're claiming what? You could beat me in a sprint, and you could beat me in long distance. Are these the claims?
Long distance for sure.
Okay, right. For sure.
Yes.
Okay, but also
I'm not even trying to be like a brat or conceited or anything like that. I just think that I could beat you in a distance race.
And you're very confident.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident.
We're getting close to the start of Judgment Sunday 2 here on June 1st in Los Angeles. And June in LA typically referred to as June gloom, when a smog-induced haze hovers over this fair city like a dirty, disgusting, bacteria-filled blanket. But today, the sun is out, and the question, will it shine brightly on the hyper-competitive, overly aggressive Cenk Uygur, or his cagey, I've never heard of the Rolling Stones challenger Anna Kasparian? We'll find out when we come back for Judgment Sunday 2.
I'm ready, baby.
You ran it.
I'm ready. Yes, I did. I pushed really hard, and afterwards I felt like crap. But I know that when it really comes down to it, while I'm competing, I will do whatever it takes to beat his ass, no matter how much pain I'm in.
So much smack talk.
Okay, Asher, do we have a second video there? We do. Okay, before we get to there, Anna, you should never feel bad because those videos always make me look worse because you get to see my full body in the t-shirt and shorts. So that's like, it takes away from the joy of winning the race, as almost all of you know, right? But I brought the joy back when you were so overconfident. Oh God, that gave me life.
Yeah. So if you don't mind me asking, how old were you during this race?
So, that's easy. So that was 12 years ago. It showed it in the graphic, 2008, right? So that means I was 38.
Yeah.
You in that video, you're like 2 months older than I'm gonna be, or you're older by what I'll be in 2 months. Oh my God.
Yeah, God. You've caught up to early Cenk. So sorry. And I love that we called it Judgment Sunday. And I love that Mank was our play-by-play announcer. Okay, so we're so out of time. So let's show you the second half of the video first.
I did bring this. I brought a prop.
Oh, nice.
Okay, this is for blowing my nose, which I'm gonna have to do in a second. And if Anna loses, it's to wipe away your tears.
This is it's 312.
Let's go! Get up and run!
I know she can do it. I think he's not gonna crack.
I don't think he's gonna crack, but she is already giving up. Nah, I don't want her to.
No, of course not. Nobody wants her to.
Come on.
You can do it. You can do it.
I can't do it. I can't.
the matter?
You okay? We have a development. We have a development. And we have a winner by a technical knockout. Time.
Official time is 7:32.
7:32. 7 minutes and 32 seconds.
So glad she didn't finish.
Could you have run faster?
I could have run faster. It would have killed me. Today was not a good day for me. Turns out this was her best shot. She really blew it.
I'm such a dick. Oh, God. I feel bad about it now.
To wipe away her tears. Oh my God. Wait, so Anna, was it just that you blew yourself out like sprinting at the beginning, or was it like an injury, like you hurt your calf, or what was it?
I don't know if I pulled it, but I did something to my hamstring because my strategy was so stupid. It was really dumb. And it's 2008. I don't really fully know Cenk yet. Because remember, I started working at TYT in 2007. And I thought that I could intimidate him by starting off with a sprint and getting a lead that's like so significant that he, eventually gives up because he realizes like, oh, she's actually pretty fast.
Yeah.
That was a bad strategy. I did have a lead, but he caught up pretty quickly. And by sprinting so hard, I hurt myself. And so I had to give up. Like I would have kept going because there's nothing more, losing a race is one thing, but there's nothing more embarrassing than giving up. But I was genuinely terrified that I was gonna cause like serious harm to my body if I kept going because it was really painful. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It happened, it's fine.
Yeah, guys, don't worry. $2,000 and I'll show you a video where I lose. I'm not kidding, by the way, pyt.com/go.
But the thing about Cenk is I'm pretty convinced that if the tables were turned and you had that injury, you would have kept going. Like that's the difference between us.
I don't know.
And I don't know if that's, yeah.
No, I mean, an injury is an injury. It's different than gutting it out, right? And so if I was genuinely worried that I had already strained my hamstring and I might pull it and I might be out of action for 3 months, 6 months, etc. No, I might not have kept going. So no, don't beat yourself up over it. Look, the thing you should beat yourself up over was the original overconfidence, right? But you've way overcorrected for that already. I mean, that was literally a dozen years ago, and I think you've overcorrected. You're now too pessimistic about it. but no, like, so you didn't know that you judge the book by its cover. Let's be honest about that.
I did, 100%. And now looking back at it, I'm gonna say something pretty controversial, because we're pretty far apart in age, right? But you were good looking and you were actually in pretty good shape. Like I was kind of a terrible person by like judging a book by its cover. You weren't even that bad.
Yeah, I know, but I mean that's happened my whole life, right? So, but thank you for saying that. That's very nice of you. But like I've said this 1,000 times in the post games and stuff like that. Doctors are always surprised that I'm in shape because of how I look, right? And so it is what it is. But I love surprising people. That's why I want to do the race with Jill Pike. That's why I want to do the race with you, because I know I've got 38 years of experience of being athletic and running, etc. And so these Johnny come latelys, or in your case, Anna come latelys, like, oh yeah, I got this guy, right? But you would have finished the race normally, and you would have lost.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah.
But it's so don't sweat it. It's just all in good fun, obviously. We're way past them. But John, I got to ask you one super last thing. When you saw the fox's eyes, and you originally thought that there was some chance that it was a polar bear, how scared were you?
I was worried. Yeah, I was really worried. Not enough to actually go get the gun. Like I didn't do that, and I wasn't 100% alone. I think Taylor was my camera guy, so he was there, like not too far away with me. But yeah, I mean, look, you don't understand. like 15 feet from our tents was a line of polar bear tracks. It wasn't like a purely hypothetical, are there polar bears in the area? There had been one like a day or two earlier. So I was very worried.
That's awesome. And so, but I like your strategy too. You weren't worried about outrunning the polar bear. You were just worried about outrunning Taylor.
Taylor, don't drop the heavy camera. Stick with it. Stick with it, buddy.
No, keep filming.
Film as it gets you.
Okay, before we go to JR and Jesus, let me see the thermometer one more time. tyt.com/go. Whoa, $5,420. You guys are great. Keep it going. Okay, we got to take a break. Anna and John, you guys are the best. Thank you for going through this pain of doing this. And there's plenty of bust nuts. We got bust nuts for me coming up. And we got JR making fun of rich people. We got JR angry. We got what would Jesus do? So I'll talk to you about that. But the more we get contributions, the more videos we'll unlock. I'll tell you about that. I'll shout out some of your names when we come back. So tyt.com/go, and we'll be right back with more super fun videos. All right, awesome. Back on Unlock the Vault, Cenk Uygur, JR Jackson, Jesus Godoy. So JR, Jesus, and I have been at the Young Turks for 17, 18 years, something along those lines.
Oh,
yeah.
Say it out loud. It sounds like a long time.
Yeah. when it's been so long, even the Dodgers won a World Series.
I know, right? Believe that? That's what it took.
So look, we got a lot of fun moments from those years. The highlight is me and JR arm wrestling, which we gotta do again. We gotta do it again.
And I want to thank you guys for sparing me and showing my scene from that whole tournament. We want to talk about
we'll get
it.
to it.
Let's move on. No, you may. It's not.
No.
Sorry.
We don't have the video. We don't have the video. Don't worry.
Thanks, God.
But we will talk about it. So since you guys went above and beyond in the first segment, I'm gonna unlock the first video, which is JR slamming rich people right out of the gate. But for every other video, there's 3 more in this segment. Let's do $1,000 a piece for that, okay? Leading up to the arm wrestling one. So I'm gonna read some names. And Asher, can you put up the thermometer now? So let's see where we are, so we can see what 3,000 more is. Okay, and it'll be 1,000 a piece. So it's a 5,420. So it's 6,420. We'll do the next one. There's a one where JR gets angry. There's a what would Jesus do? These are all inappropriate, but it'll be fun.
So just preface, because by the way, we'll remember these videos. If anyone's just started watching, we're gonna remember these videos as they go play, because I have no idea what I got mad about. I have no idea. I got mad plenty of times. I have no idea what I said about rich people.
And not only that, we like just the fact that we've been at TYT for so long, like we don't even remember what we were talking about, what normal current events were. We're in a whole new generation that anything could be possible. So I'm not that worried. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, well, as you guys know, recently people found a lot of our old videos, and then they were like, "Jake, can you believe you said this?" I'm like, no, I can't believe it because I don't remember it at all. So anyway, all right. So let me first do shout outs. William H in Vancouver, $15. Sharif C in Newstead, $127. You get the press on t-shirt. John P in Englewood. Oh, John, I mentioned you earlier in the show. So at 1,000, Englewood, Colorado. So at $1,000, you get to be on the donor wall. You get the press on hoodie with a super cool TYT mic, and you're awesome. James D in Columbia, South Carolina, $150. You get the press on t-shirt and our love. Tom T in Moline, Illinois, $127. You get the press on t-shirt. Elaine N in Avenel, New Jersey, $20. We love you. Charlotte P in Tucson, $27. Samantha G in Winchester, Oregon, $15. $25 from Robert C in Saddlebrook, New Jersey. I've been in Saddlebrook. That's my old days. I took my horse to the Old Town Road in Saddlebrook. And Michael M in Unterföhring, $15. So thank you guys. $15 for our birthday. It's 15th birthday this week for TYT, oldest show in internet history. All right, so here's JR slamming rich people.
We got red, we got blue, we got green. No, we don't have
right there.
All right, we're gonna find Lindsay Lohan. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Are you excited?
I'm ready to make this happen. This is J.R. Jackson, live at the Ivy. Check this out. I've never been here before, but I'm very curious as to why the fence is so old and why it kind of looks like it's going to fall over. These are things that I've always wondered about nicer, rich places. People want to have old, raggedy things in their nice, new, ritzy-ditzy $50 a plate places. I don't know. I've never been here, so I don't know what's $50 a plate. But I think there's a couple people behind me that are probably annoyed that I'm talking and looking at their food right now. Just as we just missed, security walked by and asked, how long are you going to be here with your black ass? Because if you're not in enough movies, if your name isn't Denzel or Nick Cannon, I don't want you here. So when I come back up here, they're going to know who I am. I'm not going to tell them, look me in the eye. I'm like, you know who the I am? You know who I work for? TYT. Let's go. We're moving. YoungTurks.com.
Listen to the Young Turks.
And you know what they did? They did listen to the Young Turks. So you had the Enough T-shirt on. I remember when we did the Enough protests. And I remember Wes Clark started the Enough protests. Wes Clark Jr. when he was on the show.
That was at like Veterans Park or something, right?
Yeah.
Right. I remember.
Yeah. There's lots of indications as to what year that was and how young we were based off of hair length. A lot of times like size of your general torso. And by year I mean mine. So yeah, it was fun times. Things got a lot more sticky after that. I don't know if we were going to go to that, but yeah.
So hold that thought. We got an update on the thermometer. Let's take a quick look. tyt.com/go. Whoa, 6,140. But not quite. We need another $100. We need another $100 to unlock the next video. Okay. So if you guys could make that happen, that'd be amazing. We're trying to get to 25,000 today. So, JR, what happened next? I don't remember.
This isn't the next video, or because I don't want to spoil it.
No. I'm saying like things. You said something like things got real afterwards or something.
Things got sticky after that because you guys said then there's a video of JR getting angry. What happened later is I got angry. I'm not sure if it was from that same event, so I don't want to spoil it. But I got angry, and there was a paparazzi there who got mad because I was asking him, "What are the ropes?" Because we were playing paparazzi.
Yeah.
Remember? Okay.
The
so
paparazzi got mad at us.
Yeah. That. God, can we cuss here? I don't know what platforms we're on. Anyways, no, we can't. That's right. You guys bleeped me in the video. So no, paparazzi didn't like that we were there.
Yeah.
People there at the Ivy didn't like we were there. I just drove by the Ivy like a few weeks ago. Every time I'm in that area, I remember that same day and what happened because the paparazzi didn't like. He was like really short. His head was at my neck. So you guys know how I am. I don't like being in a vulnerable situation when someone's being aggressive. I asked him very simple, normal questions. He told me, "Hey, get that effing cameraman out of my effing face, whatever." And because Jesus was across the street filming me talk to him. So he's telling me to tell Jesus to stop filming because this is not like he's some kind of secret agent. Bro, you're paparazzi. So I blew up this whole spot. I started yelling. I was like, "Oh, you know what we're gonna do?" So it was twofold. It was embarrass him, blow up his spot because apparently he thinks he's a secret agent. And number two, I had to release because I was mad. Don't threaten me. All I could see was he has many access points to attack me in my neck, my chest, and I'm standing too close to him right now, and I need to be ready to whoop somebody's, So I don't like being vulnerable, and I was in a bad position, so I got mad.
All right, that's funny. So that's a character trait of JR. He's very cautious in that way. Okay,
he's prepped for every situation. Like if he's thought about every exit point the moment he enters.
Yeah,
he already knows his
exit points to a building, entrance points of my fist or my foot to you. Yeah, all the things.
So I knew Jesus was the one filming there. How did I know he wasn't on camera? Because there wasn't anybody else. So at the time it was me, JR, Jesus, Anna, Ben, and Dave. I think that was it at the time.
Yeah.
And so and Jesus was our only director. There wasn't any TDs or technical directors or anything like that. And that's why I used to call Jesus the Steven Spielberg of internet TV, first ever internet TV director.
I mean, I was just taking any credit at that point. I was out of college. I'm like, he's giving me credit. I'll take it.
I'm gonna give people credit.
You guys, we did get like school credit also, so everybody just calm down. I actually did get school credit too. Anyways, carry on.
So, JR, what's funny is how come full circle, because at the end of that video, you guys shout out like, "Oh, watch the Young Turks," or listen back down, listen to the Young Turks, whatever, right? And a couple of years ago, I went to the Ivy. Okay, blue. It was a meeting with a person I can't say, which is even more please. Okay, and I came out and paparazzi interviewed me.
Really?
Was it the same one?
Some person just walked up to you and started interviewing you?
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, Cenk," and because they like, and so that's the thing. I've done a couple of red carpets. I've gotten interviewed by paparazzi a couple of times. But so in the red carpet, when there's like 1,000 cameramen, reporters, etc., it's so funny because it's so stark. For the people who don't watch Young Turks, they're like, "Who's that guy?" Right? They're not bothering to take pictures. They're not doing anything. But if they're Young Turks fans, they're like, "Oh my God, I got to interview Jay." Another guy's like, "What?"
Yeah.
Right? So
even like at the first Politicon we attended, I remember those were like some of those. I mean, I remember going to some conventions in Vegas or DC, and you'd get a couple people like that would spot Cenk. I remember we were in Occupy for a week at Occupy Wall Street, and people would recognize Cenk. But I remember when we did Politicon that first year, and just being in that hub with just that group of people, and just how recognizable Cenk was. Like everybody was just like, "Oh, Cenk, oh, Cenk, oh, Turk," and I was just like, "Oh, okay, I guess people are listening out there." It worked.
Well, since we're holed up in the studio, a lot of times we didn't know if it was working. I mean, we saw the numbers, but it's hard to know how real it was. It turns out it was really real. Anyways, let's look at the thermometer real quick. tyt.com/go. Let's see if we got past 6,240. Hey, all right, we're on our way to the next video. Keep it going so we can show you the "What Would Jesus Do," which were often very controversial. So I'm a little scared of that video.
Those segments were the most fun.
Yeah. Okay. But this one is JR getting angry and I think slamming the Supreme Court. But let's find out.
What are we afraid of? I mean, I feel like I'm in 1953 or I don't know 1947 again. To the point where we're afraid that minorities are gonna take over. You know why? Because we think minorities are gonna come and steal our wallets. They're gonna take our kids' lunch money because we don't know anything about black folks. We don't know anything about black folks. So we take our same narrow-minded, we don't know what rap video opinions about people and assess it to this and they say, "Oh my God, can I have my kids around the rest of these kids who I don't know what they're doing, but they're coming from these inner city places, and I don't think they read, I don't think they write. I think all they do is sell drugs." It's horrible. And on top of that, they go, "Why don't they just stay at their own schools?" You got to realize something. These schools suck. They're horrible. Now, they want people to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. You ain't got no straps, you ain't got no boots. You got worn out holes in some sneakers to work with. What do you want them to do? Yeah. And then the kids in these schools, there's a handful of them that don't get the first school of their choice. So they get to go to the next good school rather than the first good school they had a chance at. So we're going to deny people who get a chance to go to some kind of decent school so that some other kids can go to the second good school. Oh, boo-hoo.
Preach it.
That was gold. That was gold. Guys, just somebody give 25,000 books away on Los Angeles. Okay. Because I didn't know they were going to be this good.
There's so many things there. There's visually so many things there.
That's the night shift, JR. Remember that? That was the night shift. That got me back there. So I that's Dave back there. I probably was on vacation, but that looks like I remember those nights. Like there's nothing out there.
Guys, seriously, how good were those days, man? And how good were the IHOP trips and all that?
We knew when McDonald's kicked in, because that was the only thing we could get at that time. We're like, all right, McDonald's breakfast is ready. Let's go get some. What do you want, JR?
Yeah, that was
want the fillet of fish.
Yeah, there was that rant, and Bobby, that's the "you ain't got no straps, you ain't got no boots" thing that always plays in that ad. And so there was full of context. We're talking about school choice, and rich people were mad because they were getting booted by minorities who don't have a bunch of money. They had to go to the second really good school, so they were mad about it and they were complaining, and that's set me off because I went to decent schools as a kid, even though I lived in areas that weren't always the best areas. Where the school sucks, my parents did all this finagling just to get me in a decent school. And it meant a lot to me because that's the only reason why I am where I am. It's the only reason why I got the education I got, only reason why I went to USC, all that stuff. You have to have a base. And I'm living proof of that. And it angered me that we're trying to deny people access to education. And then in doing so, claiming that they're rapists, drug dealers, and murderers. Does that sound familiar? It's been the same Republican Party since the beginning. Well,
yeah, no, JR. Like we should, yeah, we should do another interview with you about like when you were growing up and stuff like that, and that chance that you got at that school, because that's a powerful story, man. That really is. And that line of "you ain't got no boots, you ain't got no straps" is like one of the best lines in TYT history. Yeah. So tyt.com/go. We got to get to 7,240 to unlock the next one, and we still got the arm wrestling one, guys. You got to see the arm wrestling, me versus JR, and we got what would Jesus do next. So let me read out some names while we see if we can get there. And we're running out of time, so if you can, that'd be great to help out right now. Plus, you help the show. Plus, we try to deliver change for you guys and get the progressive message out. All right. So Jerry T in British Columbia gave $3. We love you, brother. Eleanor C in Brooklyn, $15. Brian B in Kingsport, Tennessee, $7. Dennis WK in Santa Rita. GU, what's GU? Guyana? I don't know. That's super interesting. I'll look it up. But anyway, Dennis, $15. Thank you, brother. Timothy A in Whitehall, Maryland, $15. Ruth T in another home state for me, Newark, New Jersey, $27. Suzanne C, Boulder, Colorado, where Dave went to college, $27. Jim O in Gutenberg, Iowa, $27. Jerry T in British Columbia, $3. Oh, I read that. All right, so Asher, are we at 7,240 or no, not yet? Oh, we are? Oh, okay, great. So let's go to what would Jesus do? And then you got, please keep it going so we can do the best one, the arm wrestling one. Okay, if you haven't seen that one, you'll love it. All right, now I'm holding my breath for what would Jesus do here.
Me too.
Let's watch the video.
Oh God.
What would Jesus do?
Now, Jesus, we've had bridge collapses in Iraq, we've had it in China, we've had it in North Korea, we've had it here in the US and Minnesota. I'm gonna ask you this. Either a bridge collapses, you get to make the choice here, okay? Either a bridge collapses in LA and kills 3 people. Now it's in LA, your hometown, so who knows, it might be somebody you know, right? Or in Minnesota, no, let's not use Minnesota. Let's say Alaska and kills 30 people, okay? Or a bridge collapses in Iraq and kills 300 people. Okay, so you got the US, you got LA, and you got Iraq. 330, 300.
What would Jesus do?
What are you gonna go with?
I go with which one I'd let happen right here.
Yeah, you gotta have
one. I'd have to have the one in LA.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I would have thought you would have been like, hey, man, I'm not going to take any chances with anybody I know. I thought maybe you would go with the compromise of 30 in Alaska. No?
No, I go with the lesser people, man. I'm not that cold-blooded, man.
All right. Okay. All right. Let me ask you this, though. 6 people in Nebraska, 3 people in LA. Bridge collapse.
LA, man. I'd be messed up. I'm not that bad.
All right. Okay. Hey, listen, I don't know, man. You kill dogs. Yeah. You did a lot of different things.
I know. Okay. I guess I woke up in a good mood today.
Okay. You are being humanitarian.
Ask me again tomorrow, then.
We'll see what happens. Yeah. If I throw some money in there, that might change the equation.
No.
Okay. We picked a tame one. Just people dying.
Yeah, whoever chose that loves Jesus because there's plenty of other.
Yeah. Elizabeth Hasselbeck.
What would Jesus do?
Elizabeth Hasselbeck. This is one that I think about because people are gonna have to YouTube that one, but
no, you probably don't want them to.
Yeah, probably don't.
Let's just put it this way: Mendoza Ferrer would be very busy if he ran for office.
I was gonna say there's gonna be no launching of any campaigns anytime soon.
Oh, you gotta hope they're buried in that stuff. You're like, keep digging, guys. There's something. We've been putting videos up on YouTube for so long. You have to get a whole team to go digging.
So, I'll tell you, Jesus, I got something super interesting out of that. And I'll read some more names, and we got to get to now 8,240 to unlock the arm wrestling one. And we're almost out of time. In fact, we are out of time. But so when we did that, I was sure that I would pick the 3 people in LA. But at that time, I wasn't married and didn't have kids. Okay. Oof. Now looking at that video again, I still would have picked 3 people in LA in the original question. But now 3 people in LA or 6 people in Nebraska, that one gets a little tougher. We both have kids, right?
I mean, you almost feel like people in Nebraska are asking for like bad karma, so you don't want to take a chance with people you love at this point. Like, they seem to be just risking their own lives as it is. So it's like,
I see what you're saying. Like, well, they might have gotten coronavirus anyway. It's a red state.
They're looking for it, at least,
So we're kidding, Nebraska. We wouldn't kill you in Nebraska. We're just playing, okay?
Yeah,
Mendoza, calm down.
Yeah, no. The safe thing though is that we guys are generally we're with our kids most of the time. So if anything happens to them, we're with them.
Yeah.
Oh. So all right. Let me see, since we're out of time, let me just see where we are on the thermometer, Asher. 8,079. Oh my God, we're so close. We just got to get like $150 or something. Let me read names. Let me see if we can get to it. tyt.com/go. Okay, Aiden CO in Hackensack, New Jersey, $15. How fun is the name Hackensack for a city?
Yeah.
Okay. Justin M in Bayshore, New York, $127. You get the press on t-shirt. Justin M. Oh, again, another $127. You get 2 t-shirts. Brett B in Mankato, Minnesota, $50. I said Minnesota there. Natalie S in Oakland, Oaktown representing, $15. Cameron U in Oroville, California. I don't even know Oroville. $55. Anastasia T in San Jose, $50. Stephanie T in Julietta, Idaho, $3. Hey, Idaho, thanks for representing. Don't worry, we won't drop any bridges in Idaho, okay? And $250 from Pat T in St. Louis, part of JR's old haunting grounds. And at $250, you're getting a t-shirt too. And Gene K in St. Simons Island, Georgia, $15. Gene, I assume that you were part of the folks who brought us, who got Trump fired, because you're in Georgia. So thank you. Make sure you're voting in the runoff on January 5th. And thank you for making progressive change possible at tyt.com/go. We got an update, Asher, on pins and needles. Did we make it?
Yeah. By $1, right? Or
wow, by $1. Doesn't get any closer than that. Okay.
Amazing.
Okay. Coming in under the wire. All right. So I showed you the race between Anna and I won. For those of you who haven't seen it, JR versus me in arm wrestling. Do not be sure about who's going to win or lose. Let's watch.
All right, guys, this is it. The marquee matchup. As you can see, we're bringing the thunder. This is what everyone wanted to watch. Jank versus JR. All right, we're not gonna rehash the rules. You know the rules. No elbow sliding, no elbow lifting. Okay, you hold hands and you can't change the grip.
Okay. All right, so let's figure out the right grip for both of us so that we're comfortable.
And then when I say go, it's me 1, 2, 3, go, and then you go.
Okay.
Ready?
Are you
know
okay?
what? Andrew was right. Your hands are soft.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh yeah.
bull mooses going at it. Wow. By the way, this table is literally damaged from JR's elbow. Is it grinding a little hole into it? I'm just
Oh,
That's
that was epic, guys.
Yeah. Now we sped that up because that lasted way longer in real life, and so we showed you the shorter version of that. That took forever.
It was 10
to
minutes.
resolve.
It was 10 minutes minimum.
Yeah, that was intense, guys. I'm watching it.
That was the semifinals, by the way. Then I had to go up against Andrew Napier, who had literally been practicing and learning techniques for arm wrestling. You remember that? Andrew Napier is insanely focused on something he's gonna do. He's gonna effing do it. So by the way, I haven't arm wrestled since that day, and my arm hurt for, I'm not exaggerating, 2 weeks after that.
What are you talking about? I just recovered. So no, that's one of my favorite videos of all time too. But speaking of favorite videos, we got to go. By the way, if you don't know who Andrew Napier is, he used to be a producer here, and then he's the one who directed Mad as Hell. He was part of another team that won for another movie an Oscar. He's an amazing director. And if you haven't seen Mad as Hell, all three of us are in that. Obviously, check that out. Anyways, so. Jared, that was awesome, man. And
I've said it many times. It's PTSD. I never want to do it again. But number two, right when you came back, if everyone saw it, I almost had you. You came back. By the way, I was totally putting my body weight into it, which was cheating. But anyway, when you came back, I was disheartened. And if my last push didn't work, I was done. My last push that did work, if that didn't work, I was done. That was my last gasp. That was the last one.
JR, last time we did this video, we've done this video now this is our second time, right? Unlocking it from the vault. Last time we did this video, you told me that, and it's haunted me ever since. I thought, if I could have just hung on a little longer. I hung on for 10 minutes, but apparently I needed 11. So, all right, guys, next is Ricky and Ben. We're gonna show you, we found the video where Ben got attacked by a lead pipe. Holy cow. So start unlocking that one right now, tyt.com/go.
Which one was that? I'm gonna have to watch. All right.
Now you gotta watch it. It's just chip in to tyt.com/go so you can see.
I'm gonna chip in only if you guys see the lead pipe story, but make him tell the story of the grocery store breaking up a fight at the checkout. It's my favorite Ben story of all time. There's no video.
There's another one. The one
that's also coming up. Asher produced the hell out of this thing.
Anyway, yeah.
So, all right, we got to take a quick break, guys, here. But you're not going to want to miss the lead pipes video, and then the crazy Ben story. That's all coming up. So we'll 8241 is the last number, and we'll do $1,000 for each video going forward too. So keep going on tyt.com/go so we can hit the ground running and do the next video as soon as we come back. All right, love you guys. We'll be right back.
Thanks for listening to the full episode of The Young Turks. Support our work, listen ad-free, access members-only bonus content, and more by subscribing to Apple Podcasts at apple.co/TYT. I'm your host, Cenk Uygur, and I'll see you soon.